This is a retelling of a classic fairy tale. This retelling is loosely based on the French fairy tale by Gabrielle Suchet. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a wealthy merchant with 6 children, 3 sons and 3 daughters. The youngest daughter, whose name was Isabel, but whom everyone called Beauty for her grace and kind heart, stood apart from the rest. While her sisters were vain and self-centered, Beauty loved to read, to help the servants, and to spend quiet hours walking among the trees. One day, disaster struck. The merchant lost all his ships at sea in a terrible storm. With his fortune gone, he and his children were forced to leave their grand home and move to a small country cottage. The sons worked in the fields, and the daughters had to learn to cook and sew. The elder daughters complained endlessly, but Beauty adapted without complaint. Months passed, and one day the merchant received news that one of his lost ships had arrived safely. Hoping to recover some of his wealth, he set off. Before he left, he asked his daughters what gifts they would like if he returned with money. "Silk dresses," said the eldest. "Jewels," said the second. Beauty only said, "A single rose farther. I have missed the garden." The merchant found that the ship had been looted and he gained almost nothing. Saddened, he began the long journey home. On the way, a snowstorm overtook him and he lost his way in the forest. Just as hope faded, he saw a flickering light in the distance and followed it to a grand castle. The gates opened at his touch. Inside, he found food laid out and a fire crackling. He called out, but no one answered. Cold and starving, he gratefully accepted the silent hospitality. The next morning as he left, he saw a magnificent rose garden. Remembering Beauty's request, he plucked a single bloom. Instantly, a monstrous roar echoed across the grounds. A huge beast, covered in fur and with eyes like burning coals, appeared. "You dare steal from me," the beast growled. The merchant fell to his knees. "Forgive me, I only took the rose for my daughter." The beast's gaze softened slightly. "Then let your life be spared on one condition. Send me the daughter for whom you plucked the rose. In exchange, you may go free." Terrified, the merchant agreed and returned home, heart heavy with guilt. When Beauty heard the story, she didn't hesitate. "Father, I will go. You did nothing wrong. If this is the price, then I will pay it." No plea could dissuade her. They journeyed together, and at the castle gates the beast appeared. "You have kept your word," he said, turning to Beauty. "Come, child." The merchant wept as he leapt. Beauty, though afraid, stood tall. Inside, the castle was filled with wonders. Furniture moved on its own. Dinners appeared each evening, and music played without musicians. Each night, the beast joined her for supper, always asking the same question. "Beauty, will you marry me?" And each night she answered gently, "No, beast, I am not ready." Still, they talked for hours about books, dreams, and distant lands. She discovered he was not cruel, only lonely. He was well-read, thoughtful, and strangely gentle for such a terrifying figure. Days turned into weeks, and Beauty grew fond of him. He never touched her, never frightened her beyond his looks. She explored the gardens, found a library of endless books, and even painted in a sunlit studio he had prepared for her. One day, seeing her sadness, the beast asked, "What troubles you?" "I miss my family," she said softly. "I will not keep you here against your will," he said, "but promise to return in a week." Beauty swore she would and was given a magic mirror to see the beast and a ring that would bring her back. At home, her family rejoiced. Her sisters, envious of her fine clothes and glowing happiness, plotted to keep her longer, hoping the beast would be angered and destroy her. But Beauty saw in the mirror that the beast was growing weaker. His face pale, his eyes dim. Her heart ached. On the 7th night, she slipped the ring onto her finger and wished herself back. She awoke in the castle and rushed through the halls, calling for him. She found him in the rose garden, lying among the thorns, barely breathing. "I thought you'd forgotten me," he whispered. Tears fell from her eyes. "No, I never could. I didn't understand my heart before, but now I do. I love you." As the words left her lips, the sky shone gold and the earth trembled. The beast's body rose into the air and was enveloped in light. Before her stood not a monster, but a mantle, handsome, with kind eyes. "Beauty," he said, his voice now gentle and human. "You have broken the curse." He told her the tale. Once a selfish prince, he had been cursed by a fairy to live as a beast until he could earn true love despite his appearance. Only a love freely given would break the spell. They were soon married in a grand celebration, attended by kings and queens, magical creatures, and her now repentant family. Beauty forgave her sisters, though they were turned into stone statues for a year to learn humility. Beauty and her prince ruled with wisdom and compassion. The castle became a place of learning, music, and peace. The rose garden bloomed eternal, and in the center, the very rose that had started it all remained glowing with magic and love. And so Beauty learned that true love sees with the heart, not the eyes, and the beast discovered that kindness could change not only a curse, but a soul. They lived happily ever after.